Man, I want to start this podcast real quick by saying congrats to Alex and Danny. They just got married. Let's give a round of applause there for them. Brody, how was the wedding? You went down there. Looks like y'all had a blast.
Bro, it was so much fun.
How was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was Monterrey meets Venezuela meets a little bit of Oklahoma. It was cool, bro. I could tell they did everything kind of last minute, and there were some details what order you walked down the aisle. All the groomsmen that walked down the aisle didn't really have matching suits. We all kind of wore our own stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been to a lot of weddings. Always the groomsman, never the groom.
Yeah.
But that was a beautiful wedding, bro. It was one of the most, it was like true love. I was like, damn, and
crazy.
Just watching it all happen.
Crazy, bro. And it's just nuts. We heard their story on the podcast. If you haven't checked that out, I don't remember what episode it is, but it's close to the 90s, 80s.
89.
89?
No, 90. 90,
right?
episode 90.
Was it 90?
Yeah, because we were 89.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
Because I was like, we're exactly on 10.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. So, if you guys want to check that out, their story is amazing. They just got married, so congrats to them. They're going to keep shining. They're meant for each other, man.
But other quick shout out, it's Darwin's birthday.
Yes, another applause there, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, by 29? You feel older?
Bro, I feel great, bro.
You feel good?
Yes, I feel great, man. And it's crazy because by the time this episode comes out, we're going to be in Cabo. Let's go.
Cabo, baby.
So we're going to be celebrating over there, you know what I'm saying?
Got a little dinner tonight.
Man. Bro, it's just been crazy. I don't know, every time, last year I was in Puerto Rico. This year I'm here and I'm just soaking everything in, bro, because it's just so overwhelming. And it's something that I don't know, bro. It's like a roller coaster of emotions because you start thinking and you're like, damn, I made it over here. I'm healthy. I have a roof. And it's just gratitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's huge.
That is huge. Woke up and I'm like, damn, this is crazy. I'm here. I'm feeling better than ever.
Yeah.
I got so much to learn. I haven't even hit my prime.
Yep.
It is just crazy. And it's just overwhelming because it's when so many people hit you up that are good friends, good family members, and you're you pride yourself in at least for me, I pride myself in building those long-term relationships and the impact, what we've been able to make through friendship and shit. And it's wild, bro. To me, it's just wild. So I just I'm just always overwhelmed and grateful. And I just want to keep building, bro. And keep going from there. You know what I'm saying?
Tight. Those are the two reset days for me in my life, for my birthday and New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's and my birthday.
It's you just sit back and you're just soaking everything in and you're just whoa, so shout out to everybody. Shout out to, all my family, my friends, everybody is just wild, man. It's just wild. And sometimes it's you wish you can be more than just at one place, with all the homies, all the friends. It's all this craziness, bro. And it's damn, but like I said, bro, I'm excited for this year. This year's been it's been crazy. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, likewise.
That's what I this morning you hit me up and it hit me and it's damn, bro, the universe. It put us together and we out here, we're ready to conquer, man. Got VCon again. We got
VCon.
And I've been doing the running challenge too. So we've been on that.
Shout out Sung Woo.
Yes. Shout out Sung Woo. You know what I'm saying? That running challenge has been amazing.
5-minute challenge.
Yes. So you came back, Brody. You know what I'm saying? From the wedding, you got food poisoning.
Bro, yes. So I got back on Saturday and I went out. We drank a little bit. I went out with my friend Ethan and Megan, and we go out. And I had 3-4 shots, a couple beers. So I'm pretty tipsy. The boys back in Albuquerque are yo, squat up. That means play COD. So we're all getting on COD. So it's probably 1 o'clock in the morning. I put my headset on. We're playing COD. I'm talking to them. And I'm man, I'm getting kind of hungry because I drank tonight. And I seen that there was grapes in the fridge. So I go in, I grab the grapes, but I'm playing COD. So I'm on
You're
the
not
screen.
even paying attention.
No, and I even went to the sink real quick and a half rinse and then just started eating them. And I was kind of man, these grapes are funky. Bro, I woke up at 4.
How many did you eat?
I put it in a bowl, probably I don't know. I broke off of probably 25 grapes, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
It was enough to, And, bro, so I wake up at 4 in the morning. I'm and I'm throwing up and I'm feeling all sweaty and clammy. I'm I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't even drink that much. And I thought about what I ate. And when I threw up, I tasted grapes. So I went to the refrigerator and I looked and the ones that were closest to it weren't terrible, but like on the bottom, all of them were like moldy, and I didn't notice. Like some of them at the bottom were like already like they molded through, and then the ones next to it just had a little bit of mold. So I looked up food poisoning. Easiest way is bad fruit, and so I was literally down all that next day, all the way till Monday. Didn't really sleep that night, Sunday night. It was awful, bro.
Yeah, I feel like
you know what helped me is warm water and baking soda.
Warm water and baking soda?
Yeah, I took Pepto and that shit didn't help. My mom was like, yo, all right, get warm water, put like a little bit in, and then put a teaspoon of baking soda. And
that's good to know.
Me out, bro.
I wonder if that's good for hangovers too, like when your stomach is all fucked up.
Bro, some girl I saw the other day stuck her face in a bowl of ice water for her hangover.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, it works. She's like, and it makes sense because hangovers are headaches because of dehydration and maybe like over inflammatory. I don't know, but she literally gets her head. She gets a bowl of water, puts a bunch of ice cubes in it, and just dunks her head. And she does it a couple times, and she's like, "This cures my hangover every time."
That's good to know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I'm gonna try it.
Ice bath in general, like cold showers are just so beneficial.
Yes. Big now. Yeah.
The whole like I even been wanting to like buy a tub and put like ice and just get like train my mind, because that's like obviously there's a lot of benefits from inflammation, like blood circulation through your body when you do those cold tubs.
Yeah,
you stay there for just it takes a minute. That's it. But also you're training your mind to not be afraid of that. Like, oh, it's fucking cold. Like, oh shit, you know. So I'm gonna definitely try that out, because I'm trying to adapt more on the cold showers as well. At least you know starting warm. Once I'm done, soap and all that shit, washing my body, then I'll turn it down to like the cold.
So
and then you just feel so much better, especially like in a hoop session when we're hooping all
after
day.
After a workout,
it's like you feel energetic too. Like it's very good. But, so all day you just messed up.
So, bro, I was out Sunday and like all Monday night. Like I woke up groggy on Monday morning because I was sick. Bro, I threw up probably 12 times.
That's fucking
like
annoying.
Dry. It was annoying. As soon as and then I ate, I felt comfortable. It was like Sunday, probably 8 p.m. It's like, all right, I feel good. I ate.
Again, out.
Gone.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
It was awful.
Man, it's crazy. But yeah, bro, let's dive into some craziness, man.
Yeah.
We got, a couple of topics that we want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And one is, what makes you admire your idols? Like, what factor do you look into and you're like, I admire this person?
I guess what kind of person they are, more ethically and morally, I guess, and morally in the sense of like their heart. Like, are they very caring? Do they have empathy, gratitude? Really, I look at the same characteristics I try and preach to myself, which is gratitude, empathy, consistency, accountability.
Yeah.
But those are like the main things.
Yeah.
I guess
I think, the reason why I brought that up is I'm having a conversation with one of my buddies, and we go back and we were having this conversation. We're talking about like people that we look up to, and he's looking, everybody has their different perspective, but to me it was very interesting. He's looking at the more materialistic side of his favorite artist, his favorite idol and stuff. And my thing was like, well, you're looking at a different thing. I when I look at my idols, I look at accomplishments, achievements.
Yeah.
What like the impact they've made. You know what I'm saying? Like I can look back and see like The Rock, you give, one of my idols, Russ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gary V.
They always say try and be like someone you want to be like.
Yes, achievements and what, like LeBron too, like the legacy and being able to make an impact. And it's like, if you're gone tomorrow, are you going to be remembered? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to leave that legacy for the people that surrounded you, the people that, consume your content? And like, that's like really my end goal, is just to be like, at least I was able to make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know how you always talk to yourself? I always talk to myself. Like I always say, it bothers me sometimes when like corporate, I think I'd have more money if I was more selfish. And some corporate guys that have more money than me or whatever, they got a little bit consulting for a company and they're higher up than me. I'm always like, more people will remember my name when I die than you die. You know what I mean? And it's like, because you're right. Long-lasting relationships, who you meet, you know, and consistency in keeping those relationships. I mean, there's guys that I was in the Navy and we spent those 4 years, but I mean, now it seems like it was 10 years ago and it was an eternity, but we still keep the relationship. We still talk anytime I'm in San Diego or where I'm at. And even if you haven't, it's like that old saying, if you haven't seen somebody, it's like you never left. If it's a real relationship.
Yes, exactly.
You know? And from all across the board, 72-year-old friend named Steve Simon. I worked with him at a Gaming Capital Group, and he's retired in North Carolina. We talked on the phone the other day, and I was asking him how I was doing. He's like, I'm walking on the beach every morning, enjoying my life. Nice. Like, yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. I have a 70-year-old friend.
Yeah, no, and it goes back to like, everywhere I step, bro, I try to make an impact and build a relationship. Like from the moment I got here to Oklahoma, and every single job I've stepped at, I've been able to build a relationship with somebody there. I can go back home and, you know, kick it with, you know, a lot of friends. And it's just like those long-term relationships, just like you said, tapping in. And that's, to me, that goes a long way, bro. And it all comes down to like, you know, that the balance and just keeping up, man. Just keeping up.
Keeping up. You know what I'm saying? When you get 5 minutes, make a phone call, follow up, you know.
Exactly.
It means a lot.
Yes. But yeah, that whole conversation was just like, you know, I feel like you have to look at it in a perspective of like the materialistic shit. Like I used to be like very materialistic. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the cars. I like, you know, but it's like, you ain't taking that shit to the grave with you. You know what I'm saying? So like that was like our whole conversation and looking at like the way we look at our idols. And to me, that was interesting because he's very few of the people that look at that side. Obviously he looks at the accomplishment, but he's more motivated towards like materialistic shit, which is like,
and see, I'm on that old saying. I'm advice over money all day because you ask for money, you'll get advice. You ask for advice, you'll get money twice. And it's so true, bro. Because it's like, bro, don't teach me how to fish. Don't give me a fish.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get your own. Yeah, you can keep multiplying that shit. Yeah, so, bro. Yeah, that's a good one, bro.
Tight. That's
a good one. Yeah. You know, so
hey, I gotta give a shout out, bro. So my little brother. He hit me up this morning. I like when I wake up naturally. Sometimes I'll wake up naturally like at 6:30 in the morning. And I woke up naturally and I'm like staring at the ceiling and I hear a and my phone and my little brother, he's out in Poland. He's part of the NATO, 8,000 NATO troops. He's there for 9 months. And he's been using my he's on my Verizon plan and it's been charging me $10 a day until he gets a service out there and he can use the SIM card for his phone. So, but he texted me this morning and it was like just a really cool text. And it was like, you know, brothers for life. But anyway, he motivated me and I got up, ran this morning, ran 4.5 miles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I just got up and ran, bro. And then I hit him back. And I was thinking on the run, I was like, for the podcast today, because he's been saying that at night, because they stand a lot of watch. When you're on deployment, and you're overseas, whether you're on a boat or whether you're on land, you have lookouts, you have posts, you have scouts in case, you know, Russia decides to go into Poland real quick. So he's always on watch and he'll sometimes watch our podcast. He watched our podcast a lot. And so I was like, bro, like, that's like, thank God we got, and he's been showing all his boys that are out there because they had nothing to do. And I'm like, thank God they're standing and watch out there. Shout out them. I mean, that's why we get to do what we do, because you guys are out there on watch, always ready. And
that's not an easy task.
Not easy.
It's not easy.
Because I'm seeing it again. I'm living my deployments, and I think my deployments were a little more fun than his is right now. But I'm seeing it. He had a girl he was talking to right before he left. He's 21. Like, and then like now, like he kind of missed her, but how can you can't do anything for 9 months. You don't come back till April, you know, and he's on the other part of the country and our other part of the world. And now, you know, he's got his phone for a little bit, but then they're going to do a big march, I guess, across Poland. There's gonna be a lot of media and they're going to show him like Russia, and, you know, it's always presence. And they're holding presents. So big shout out Rocco, bro.
Yeah, shout out Rocco, man.
Yeah, keep holding it down.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy, bro. And it's the impact, bro. That's what it comes down to. And like I said, it's just overwhelming, bro. It's really overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? We've been going crazy. I've been loving the consistency, the dynamic, bro. Like,
oh yeah, bro. This has been fun.
Shout out to my brother Santi. He's been editing, learning
Santi.
as he goes.
Yep.
And he hit me up with a text message. Speaking of that, this morning, that I was like, damn. I was like, oh, happy birthday. Let's keep pushing. We're going to grow. We're going to go to the moon. And I'm like, looking at that shit. I'm at the gym and I'm like, damn.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, man, I'm excited, and we got some good momentum with this, and all we got to do is just create that community. Once we create that community, we keep growing.
Man, our TikTok's been booming, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like
TikTok's been on.
Yes, and that's what we needed is just like
those clips.
Yeah, the clips, the consistency, those conversations that people want to hear, and it's been going crazy, bro. I posted your story time, the Colombian one, because my thing was like, damn, I need to find a good hook to put in the beginning of the 5 seconds. To put in the beginning because we started like I went to a bachelor's party. So I use this. I'm gonna show you real quick because I want you to see.
Tight.
It's very dramatic, but I think it does work. And I think right now it's at like 13K views. Damn. So the power of TikTok, I mean, it's just amazing. But I want you to see this because I put a little, suspense background. Let's see where it's at. 29.
And my boy literally
all right.
Oh, that's sick. The black and white. That's dope.
And then zoom it in so to keep the people. It's the little things, bro. It's like
a little thing.
Boom.
The music, the spooky music you had
like
the other day on our that was
so it's
good.
like the little things that I'm still learning as I go.
Yeah.
But it's like also my brother's been more into like the clips because I was doing the clips. So now he's doing them. I mean, I'm evaluating them and being like, hey, bro, do this, do that, cut this, cut that. And it's like I see the engagement.
He's gonna start adding extra stuff.
Yeah.
That's
so like we want to go a little bit more and bump up the clips because that's what's going to bring people to our channel and shit. So, yeah, man, it's been going crazy. That's at 29. I didn't even realize. That's wild. But that's the momentum we needed. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of the Navy and stuff, I'm fascinated and scared by the ocean.
Okay.
We talked about this the first time I interviewed you. One of my fears is somebody drops me off of a helicopter and I'm tired at night. I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
That's the worst way to die.
It's so much mystery because the ocean, they say it's only 5% that's been discovered, but who knows what,
True.
The 4 years you were in the Navy, you were on a boat.
On a boat.
All the time.
I probably
For the most part.
out to sea. I was out to sea probably over 2.5 years of that.
2.5 years? How was that? Like
crazy, bro. Like it takes
in this big ship, right?
Well, see, one of them was big that had 4,000 people, and one of them was only 330 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Which one were you on?
I was on both. I did 2 deployments, one on each.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The majority of my sea time, I'd say over a year of it was on the small boy. Yeah. Because it's always having to port and go out. But
any crazy stories like
we would see.
Did you guys catch a storm or a crazy creature or some shit? What the fuck is this?
I didn't see any creatures. But at night we would stand lookout, and all of us would be like, "Bro, did you see that on the water? Did you see that?" And sometimes across the ship there's electricity that goes out.
Yeah,
and you'll see sometimes flashes, and that's nothing. But bro, I mean, and some of the coolest stuff. See, I was a rescue swimmer, so we get in our little side boats, kind of, and go to board other ships. And one time we hit a school of flying fish. And literally, bro, I was ducking because the fish were just boom, boom. They hit you in your face because they're flying across your boat. So they're just like, blah, blah. They'd be hopping around and then fly out of the boat. Yeah, it was crazy. I'd never seen flying fish like that. And it was a whole school of them. I seen dolphins a bunch. We seen like big ass whales, whales. And you have to maneuver the boat because most of our lookouts were actually looking for whales because sometimes the radar doesn't pick up the whale.
Yeah.
And if you hit a whale, I mean, that's messed up.
For real. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we'll take them out.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Nah, it's crazy, bro, because, I mean, the Navy.
The ocean's so undiscovered, though, bro. There's like, you never know what's out there, and there's got to be some shit out there.
Yeah. There's always new creatures that they're discovering. They look all weird, and there's a fish, bro, that fucking chews off of a can. Like, he'll take a can and chew that like it's nothing. Like,
yeah. Even think about piranhas. Yeah. I mean, bro, you know who probably sees some weird stuff is submariners. But they don't put that many windows. They don't put no windows in the submarines, so you can't really see shit.
Yeah.
But they're down a lot. Like submarines are always cruising below. Yeah. So I bet you they see more shit than we do. I
bet. And the crazy thing is, like, bro, like there's even a thing that says that NASA, they started like researching the ocean. And they probably saw some shit that they were like, fuck this. Like, we're going to space. We're going to space. I mean, who knows, right? I mean, you talk about the giant squid. You know, that thing would be scary to encounter a goddamn giant squid. Like, like, what in the fuck?
I think, I mean, it probably takes a lot to discover the ocean. But I think what probably keeps us, I'm just trying to think about dollars spent and why we spend so much in space. But it's probably because there's really no added benefit to discover what's down there.
I was going to say, because we're talking about like, oh, we haven't discovered the ocean, but it's like we have technology that goes to space. There's satellites up there and, in orbit, but we haven't discovered what's down there. Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I could just think about if projects come up and they want federal funding, like, well, for what? Why do you want to discover the octopus? You know what I mean? Like, that's my thought. And when you talk about space, you're talking about we may need a place to bounce if the planet like is about to explode. Like, we want to carry on life. Like, our resources are used up. Like, we need, another place to go. So that it makes more sense to spend money there.
Yeah.
But when you talk about spending money, and it probably costs money to really explore the bottom of the ocean, because like the technology in the submarines,
the pressure, there's no light
to counter that pressure. Yeah, bro. I don't know. That could be my reason.
Would you do it if they say, "Hey, Casey, we were selecting you to go down there.
100%.
We got this submarine. You're going to the Mariana Trenches, which is the deepest area in the ocean. We're selecting you.
I would do it.
No guarantee you might come back, and you might encounter the megalodon shark.
The megalodon
you know
shark,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
but
you do it.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What is one of your biggest fears?
Biggest fear is probably claustrophobic and suffocating, like in a small space.
So
small spaces kind of creep me out, bro.
Yeah. Have you seen those people that go in caves?
Yeah.
Fuck,
bro.
But see, that gives me some anxiety.
I've gone into Tulum and I've swam under the bottom of a cave and come out the other side. Like shit like that when it's not too far. But sometimes they're kind of far. Like that one was like, I mean, for sure from here past the studio wall. So it's
yeah.
So you got to be careful, you know what I mean?
Real.
But because you get caught, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something happens or something catches you.
Bro, I don't get it. I really don't get why people do the cave shit, where they just go into these tight caves and they're recording with their GoPro, and literally it is like their lungs. They say they have to like hold their breath.
That's crazy.
So they can like get out and shit. So it's like, bro, like.
That's my biggest fear.
Yes, but somebody got stuck in those like once, and he was upside down, so he had a limited time, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. Like people try to pull him out, and like.
Do you remember that dude that there's a movie on him? It's like, and it was like 48 hours or 72 hours. And he was on a bike crashes, and he gets stuck. His arm gets stuck between two rocks, and he's in a cliff, and he has no cell phone, and he has barely a little bit of water and nothing to eat. And so he's stuck, his arm's stuck, he's trying to pull it out. He starts drinking his water. He ends up drinking his own urine. There's a movie on it.
Oh, shit. This is based on a real story?
Real true story. Dude cuts his own arm off, bro. Cuts his arm off and walks to call help and gets an ambulance. Savage.
You would have done the same?
Well, yeah, live or die. Fuck. He cut his own arm off to bounce and call somebody.
How painful that shit is?
Yeah, bro, with no knife.
How?
I think he had something. It was like a rock there. Bro, there's a movie on it. I forgot the name of the movie. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Santi's been killing that shit with he'll look some shit up. And damn.
Yeah, bro.
But I think obviously the ocean, like I have a love and hate relationship because it's just so.
Can you swim?
Yeah. I'm a pro swimmer, bro. Yeah, I can swim. But also heights.
Heights are tough for me.
I don't fuck with heights.
Would you skydive?
Yes, I do. I want to. Yeah. I want to.
Would you bungee jump?
Not bungee jump.
Do you go to the fair and do the ride that slingshots you in the air?
Hell no.
Come on,
bro. I don't trust none of them rides, bro. Like that shit is all rusty and like making all these crazy noises and shit. So like, nah, I don't do that, but I do want to do that. Like jumping off a plane. I might do that when I go to Puerto Rico.
Would you ever? Would you do parasailing?
Yeah.
Oh, we could do parasailing in Cabo.
We could. I'll try it. It's like where the boat is pulling and you're all, shit.
I've seen people unhook though
and jump.
Yeah, they unhook. Like sometimes it gets unhooked. You just gotta get screwed.
Also, if it gets unhooked, you gotta jump.
Well, yeah, but you're not jumping. You're stuck. You're like floating.
Right, but then
but you're going wherever you're going. Like that might be.
But if it gets unhooked, I think the best thing to do is to jump. Or depending on how high you are.
Because if you're right by the shore,
yeah, that jump can be lethal. Because if it unhooks, bro, then you're just flying to wherever and you don't know how fast you're gonna land and how hard is it gonna hit you. So depending on how high, I might just jump.
Risky.
Fuck, and I'm just gonna be like tucking my body, being stiff, and
cannonball.
Yeah.
Do you would you jump off cliffs? Do you cliff dive?
No, bro, I don't fuck with none of that shit, bro.
Come on.
I don't do none of that.
Like a cliff, open water right in front of you.
Nah, with a little string or some shit?
Yeah, or even just run and jump.
Through a cliff?
Yeah.
It depends. Like in the ocean type thing?
Yeah,
like
run and jump in the ocean.
Maybe.
But you got to skip the rocks that are underneath.
Yeah. We got to check the area and stuff. Yeah. There was a place in Puerto Rico. It was like a river, and it was like a bridge, and we jumped off of it. Man, fuck that adrenaline is wild, bro. So
yeah,
I don't know, but I definitely want to do the skydiving thing. I think that would be breathtaking. But we'll focus some shit over there in Cabo.
Yeah,
we'll see what's good. I'm super excited. Yes, bro. Like it's finally here, and it's crazy because like I just been living day by day. Like I really haven't been like crazy dreaming or fantasizing about the trip, even though I'm hella excited. And now that it's like, damn, we got a week. You know, next Thursday we out. You know, so now I'm like, oh shit, it's crazy. It's just been going day by day. Same with my birthday. I was just going day by day, and it's like it's here. Let's celebrate. Let's go. So yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Good to know on that. Good to know. We'll hop on this thing here real quick. I put Spotify here, but I want to switch it up. And this is very simple. I saw this idea and I was like, let me do it. Let me try it on Casey. So this is guess how many monthly listeners each artist has on Spotify's.
Boom.
So it's verses, right?
Monthly listeners.
I got 3 for you. I'm hoping you come victorious on this one. And if you want to try it out, go ahead and try it out. So the first one we got is J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar. Who has more monthly Spotify listeners?
Oh, Cole World, bro.
Cole World.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
That is incorrect. What? Kendrick has 32 million monthly listeners. J. Cole has 29. Very close.
Oh, wow.
Very close. Wow. Not a good start for you, Brody. But hey.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get this one. The Baby versus Lil Baby.
Oh, Da Baby. Yeah.
Da Baby.
Yeah, Da Baby.
Okay.
I was like, no way.
Okay, you got this one right. The Baby has 36 million. Lil Baby has 27
Damn,
million.
The Baby more than Kendrick and Cole?
Yeah, bro, The Baby's hot right
He's
now.
Hot right
He's
now.
hot, bro. He's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, you might get it, you might not. But let's see if you come out victory, like a positive. Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B.
Cardi B. She got the Latin, hip hop. She got it all right now.
You sure?
But yeah.
I'll give
she's
you
hotter. She's newer than Nicki. Yeah, Cardi.
Yeah. You are incorrect, sir. Nicki Minaj has 39 million versus Cardi with 30 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brody.
Nicki's still on
But
top.
Nicki, yeah, bro, you got to think about Super Bass, the hits with Drake, Lil Wayne.
This moment for life.
Moment for Life, one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cardi's hot, but Nicki, she's the queen, bro. Like, she, you know.
Ass,
come on. You know, man. So that's a little good one. I want to come up with more stuff like that. Because I think that's pretty cool just to kind of do a pop quiz. So you were first one.
Nope.
You were, you only got one.
I got one. One out of two.
Yeah.
One out of three.
Yes. So you got here, you know, passing on to the next thing. You got Tom Brady to Miami.
Bro.
Switching it up to sports.
I didn't know this. So you got to look into this. Tom Brady is a G. He was trying to pull off a G move. He might still pull it off, but I don't think so because there's a lawsuit right now that's stopping it all. But he retires, right? Well, it was a retirement ploy. Obviously, he came back quick, so we knew it wasn't even. So he retired because he was having talks with the ownership in Miami. As he retires, he becomes a minority owner. As he's a minority owner, apparently there's a loophole that if he comes back into the NFL and now that he's a minority owner, they don't have to pay his old salary cap for Tampa Bay and they could just sign him at whatever he wants. And so during this whole transition, Tampa Bay sees what he's going to do, and they're suing him right now to stop the whole move.
Suing Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. Because, bro, he was basically trying to go to Miami for free with all the salary cap in the world, and they were going to just bring in another cast of players. They were going to bring in all-star defensive people.
So they were going all ham.
They were going to go all ham, and he was going to try and win one for Miami. And like, I'm like, bro, this guy is a G. He's trying to set up moves just to get him another ring with another team.
And more pay.
Well, no, I don't even think he's doing it for the pay. Just because he's a minority and he's a minority owner of the Dolphins now. So it's honestly, he'll make his money there, you know, long term. But no, the play I think is just a GOAT play. Like because they have so much salary cap room. And if they don't have to pay Tampa for him, that means Brady retired. It was like a loophole move.
Yeah.
And now there's a lawsuit stopping it all. You gotta look it up. I looked it up on CBS on the way over here. And I was like, holy shit, this fool was retired. It was a whole play.
Yes, man, it's crazy.
It's a boss move.
Yeah, it is a boss move. We'll see if he can pull it off. That would be.
Yeah, he got stuck in his tracks, but bro, can you imagine if he does? Oh.
No, it's crazy. And then the playoffs, I don't know if you've been playing. Like first round is already in the books. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, not in the books, but it started. It started. The playoffs. First round is full throttle now.
Yeah, they're in the first games.
The series I'm excited is the Celtics and Nets. That one's a good one.
It's a good one. Celtics up 1-0, right?
Yeah, so that was close. 2-point game, crazy. It's going to be interesting because I know Kyrie's going to go off. Old team, they're talking shit. The fans are, he dropped 39 last time.
Yeah.
So now I feel like he's going to do some damage. I feel like he is. And I think that's going to go to 7.
I got the Nets and the Warriors.
Nets and the Warriors.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. A crazy one would be like...
I got the Warriors for sure.
My alternative would be Memphis and Celtics.
As much as I hate... Well, not hate, but I'm tired of... like the Warriors being in the finals, but I do admire that team as a whole. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, the best shooter of all time, Draymond Green,
Steve Kerr.
They got a youngster, I forgot his name. He's been killing it, but I got that as my number 1. Number 2 is the Suns. I got the Suns. The Suns been going crazy.
Booker.
On the East, I got the Heat. The Heat's been destroying Atlanta, bro. They've been destroying them. So I got the Heat. And then second option, I want to roll with the Nets, but I just have a love and hate relationship with KD because he's just...
I agree, bro.
I just have a love and hate.
But
I'm going with the Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks. I think the Bucks. But primarily it's the Heat, Bucks as secondary. Bucks. Yeah.
Heat, Bucks.
I wouldn't even sleep on the Celtics, to be honest.
I just think the Nets are hot right. I think Kyrie won that whole COVID thing, and he's on fire. And
crazy, huh?
Yeah, good for him, bro.
Yeah, shout out to him for that.
Good for him.
For standing his guard and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep an eye on
bro, what do you think about the XFL? Are you fucking with the XFL? It's about to come out. So do you remember the XFL with Vince McMahon? It was the other NFL league that started. Vince McMahon, he owned WWE. Yeah, and WWE. You remember WWE? Yeah. So WWE, Vince McMahon leaves. He starts the XFL. This is in like 2009, maybe 2010. Starts the XFL. It's supposed to be in the off season of the NFL, right? Bro, the XFL made a lot of money. You know where it made most of its money is some of the patents it did. You know the sideline camera in the NFL? Sideline camera came out because of the XFL. XFL started that. And so they bought a couple patents that made, and the XFL was supposed to be more entertaining. Like cheerleaders come out, they're hotter. Players come out and celebrate. It's like when NFL Blitz came out. So it died though. It lasted 3 seasons, right? Vince McMahon lost it, lost a lot of money. Well, Dwayne Johnson just bought the XFL, bro, and he's like the whole, and it's like goes back to Ballers. You ever watch Ballers?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of
so it starts now in February. This February, XFL. So February is the Super Bowl.
When
Super Bowl ends.
Over. Okay.
Yeah. So I had actually hit up Isaac Whitney. I was like, bro, this has your name all over it. Ball in the XFL for a season. Everyone's on it. He's like, bro, they pay me over $100K. I'll think about it. Yeah. And I was like, damn, bro. I mean, we'll see.
And that's an opportunity for recruits too, huh?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, you come out of college and you don't go to the pros. You go in XFL. Like it's like the Canadian League kind of. I don't know if it's gonna last, is what I'm saying. But there's gonna be some potential players that are gonna ball like crazy. And they're gonna be like, we gotta give them a shot in the league. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So XFL coming in February.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Right now, we're talking and like it's so hard, because we stay busy and it's just hard for us to keep up with all the shit that's going on and try to bring the material. So that's some homework we got going on in this. We got a crazy next 2 weeks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, bro, I'm gonna keep an eye on all of it, bro. I'm gonna try to stay up to date with the playoffs so we can bring you that content because them debates. I'm gonna come up with some debates.
Yeah.
I think we should come up with some like last shot or whatever, better on defense. Because those debates, bro, I'll be watching, I'll be cracking up. I'll be like, that's some good shit. That's some good shit. We get very passionate about these debates, but I think it's, it's pretty cool. I think it'll get everybody.
That's what everybody does in the barbershop.
Exactly.
Or with their little brother at home. Or
exactly.
at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So that one was fun, bro. I was cracking the hell up, but
that's fun.
Yeah, bro, we'll get to it. But yeah, man, I got a couple of things too that I've been looking at, and I was watching on Netflix. Sometimes I'll watch this series that's called Explain, and they are explaining cults. Tapped into it, and I'm like, let's see what's up. And it's crazy the power of psychology, man. Like all it takes is just one guy to be that leader, one guy to be like, hey, trust me, let's create this movement, and everybody just follows. Psychology is a powerful thing, man. I think it's one. So this one's talking about this guy in the 1960s, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll put the facts here because you can fact check me if I'm wrong. But this is a guy that is, trying to create this utopia, right? He's big, like, hey, we're all for love, passion. Let's join each other. Doesn't matter what color, what race, whatever. And yeah, bro, he ends up trying to create this utopia. So he moves all these people to this village out in the woods. Like they have these small houses and stuff, these crazy, like villages. It was about 100, 200 people, whatever, right? And they moved to this utopia and stuff. And then all of a sudden, bro, he poisons them all, saying like, hey, this is a sacrifice for the other side, so we can see each other on the other side of the world. It's like this
Hitler
on some crazy shit, bro. So I'm watching this documentary, I'm like, what the fuck? And they, like, when people came to pick up the bodies, they were all laying down, bro. Crazy, because I think he did like some kind of ritual, and like they were all laying down, and they were like poison, like pills and all these crazy poisonous stuff. And I was like, wow.
So, bro,
it's crazy, bro. And we see that with religion. We see that with just all kinds of people will come up with some crazy cults, and like all it takes is that, bro. It's just one person to be, a
couple people to follow.
Yeah. So
there's a dude in VFriends. So in our VFriends, it was when VFriends first came out. I see this dude typing in the Discord, and he's typing some weird shit. And I'm like, what? Who's this? Well, bro, this dude was born into a cult. He said he was born in, and life, the way it was normal for him, was his dad had 22 wives. He had, I think he has like 100 brothers and sisters now throughout the world.
Holy shit.
100 plus brothers and sisters. And there's some incest there. And he was already like dedicated to 4 women when he was 13. By the time he was 18, he actually lived in the cult for a while, had those women. He said at one point he had 6 wives. And then at like 22, he just decided to leave the cult and start a different life. And he left everything he knew. And he was talking about it on VFriends. And he's like starting a podcast channel to talk about people that escaped their own cults that were just born into it. Because he just saw life like that. And he was like, I didn't know life was different.
Damn.
That's crazy, huh?
That is.
You only know what you're taught.
Yes, exactly. And I think that like what kind of reminds me of modern day cults is like the NFT scams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll create this Discord. And we get hit a lot, bro. You don't realize.
It's modern day raw. It's just like, it's heist. It's little heists. It's hustles. Yeah. It's just like a hustle where you...
Let me get a quick buck.
Yeah, let me get a quick buck, knock off a kid. Like, bro, there's some guys in Silicon Valley right now. Let's make this shit coin. Let's get like, I know about 20 influencers on IG that each have 1 million followers each. Yeah. We're going to give them some money. They're going to promote it. We're going to dump in probably about 20 mil of our own bag. It's going to look like it's pumping like a motherfucker. And then we're going to ride it to this percentage and we all pull our bags.
Right, but then it's like belief, right? So they have to pay an influencer that has trust. And then they'll come out like, this coin is going to make you some money, this and that. And then you're the innocent, naive viewer. And you're like, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and boom. And then all of a sudden you lose all your money. You know what I'm saying?
$1,000 from 230, 300 people.
That's a lot. Money. That's a lot. So money. It's like, the power of psychology, the power of trust. I mean, it's...
And I think that's why you need to read. Like, you need a Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You need to see those books because those books tell you, like, even The Alchemist tells you. The Alchemist says when someone comes over offering quick money or something quick without, you like it should always give you a red flag. Like, this is too easy. Something's up. Let me pull back. Let me check all my boundaries. Like anything like that, it's not given. There are always, people looking for those opportunities to steal from you. So yeah, it's your own due diligence, And if you think you're out there and somebody's gonna offer you a Bored Ape for free, and they want your seed phrase or
10x gain
or 10x gain for
investment, like that.
Come on, bro, it don't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's it's a good and bad thing that we have social media because you got the dark people, but then you got the people that are like, wake up, don't fall for this shit.
Right.
Like, like do your own homework and shit. So that to me was interesting when I watched that shit. That was definitely one that was like, oh shit. But yeah, bro. So I was watching that, trying to dive into some crazy rabbit holes. And I found another one too. And I've talked about this one on my Spanish podcast. But have you heard of the CIA mind control?
CIA mind control?
Yes.
No.
It's called the MK Ultra.
Wow.
So these people in the 60s, 1960s, right? These people had, they were trying to do some kind of mind control against the Cold War, against Russia. So their whole plan was to try and brainwash you however they could, right? So one, there were volunteer soldiers, and they would inject them with LSD, and then they would cover their eyes, play music as a form of torture, right? So you have that repetitiveness, you have LSD in your system, so you're hallucinating, and you're like, oh shit.
It's a bad trip, and you're already scared.
And yeah, so it was like the constant torture, the constant repetition, to the point where like they're trying to brainwash you to kill somebody and not even remember why you're killing somebody.
Wow.
So that's crazy, right? So they did that, right? And that didn't work. They did it with the soldiers, and they did it with asylum patients, like people that were in like mental health hospitals.
That's used. LSD is supposed to be used to help you out, like MDMA. Right. That's used for PTSD a lot.
Yes, but they use that to mind control. And then they say there's another theory too, that they try to experiment with kids. When the Teletubbies came out, they say the Teletubbies.
Yeah, I always hear that conspiracy.
Yes, they said the Teletubbies are one that really just had that mind control, because they always teach you how to follow orders, right? You remember the Teletubbies would always follow the voice. Lala went to the tunnel and drank some water. And then, Lala went upstairs, and they go upstairs and they go downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy, bro. They tried that shit. It didn't work out. And I think to this day, I think they're still trying to find ways to brainwash and CIA, bro.
Bro, if I have kids, and you see that, and I have the means to they're not going to public school. Like, I just feel like everyone always thinks like they're gonna miss out on the childhood you did, but like, bro, all it does is just train you it just creates a worker rule. Yeah, it creates a worker. You don't think outside the box. And I feel like those are like your biggest years to think outside the box, especially from like age 5 to 15. Like those 10 years of development.
Like, raise your hand to talk. Raise your hand if you want to go to the bathroom. Ask permission for this and that. And it's like, and you have to go to school and like finish this and get your college degree and work for the man with the tie and like.
And I get that you just got to teach at your slowest student. And I get there's a need for that. And like, you know, there's a place in life for everybody. You need workers. We need somebody to pick up the garbage.
Right. Yeah.
We need somebody to, we
need some lawyers. We need doctors. We need.
So like, I guess I get that for the masses. But if you really want your kid ahead, like, it's so hard, bro. Like, how do you really spend all day teaching them outside the box, teaching them to think different and look at the ocean and, explore all religions?
Because I feel like a lot of kids too, bro, like they have so much creativity that needs to be unleashed.
Yeah.
And if I feel like school just lets it just stay there locked. Like, you're not going to explore your creativity. You might be an artist. You might be good at singing. You might be good at cooking or whatever, like, and you don't know it because the system doesn't allow you to. You know what I'm saying? And it's mind blowing.
It is mind blowing.
So yeah, that was one of those crazy theories that I looked up. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got, Brody.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got? What you got planned for this weekend?
This weekend, honestly, nothing. I mean, I'm just getting ready for Cabo. You're going to Dallas still?
Yes.
Going to Dallas. I was gonna go on my schedule for my sister's funeral. It's been changing, right? So, I'm not going home to Albuquerque until we get back from Cabo. So I'll fly from Dallas to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
So I'll go visit them because, shout out my mom, it's Mother's Day too.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to go see her and hang out with her. And yeah, bro. This weekend I'm probably just
chilling.
Yeah. I actually might need to go to Dallas kick it with you,
bro. It's crazy because Eric is gonna be up there.
Is he?
Yes, bro. What? So he's going to this festival. There's like a festival out there.
UTB or UW?
UW,
that's this weekend.
Yeah. He's coincidentally, I'm like, oh shit, bro. Let's link up and stuff.
That's
so
cool.
I mean,
you never know.
Doors are always open, bro.
Take a little quick trip.
Yeah, Dallas is always a good time, bro.
It is fun.
I just hate their highways. It's just fucking. It's like spaghettis and like fuck, like, you know what I'm saying?
Any big city.
Yeah. If you had to move to a big city, where would you move?
New York.
Mm-hmm. Why New York?
I just think when you think about cities and you think about let's move, let's make it poppin', let's make it happen, and New York City's where it's at. I think if I go to VCon and some way I talk to Gary V and he's able to, match more and secure me and for what I make today, which would be, I'd have to offer some serious value. But if it was moved to New York and go, I'm down.
That opportunity, you can't say no.
Yeah, because I think I'd love it more. I'd miss my clients, you know what I mean, stuff. Right. But I think the clients I have and already the growth I've given and some deals I've already made, I'm kind of capped out. Now I'm just managing.
What if you link up with Logan Paul and he says, coming to Puerto Rico? I got you, bro.
I mean, it's got to be tangible and it's got to be, you're building something. Yeah. Gary's going to be building something.
Yeah. Because you can see how that can tie into what you're doing.
Send me to every NFT conference. Let me be a branch of Vayner NFT and work with Native American casinos. Also other
tie in Web3 with the whole
Web3,
with the whole native and the casinos and stuff.
Or let's look even on the manufacturer side. I got tons of relationships with the manufacturers, huge companies, IGT, SG. So if they ever need to, every machine they sell, if they sell it with an NFT one day, maybe Gary's the company that builds that for them. You know what I mean? So there's so many possibilities, bro. Just like he said in our call with us, you know what he said? He's like, just like you took that internship with gaming and I knew nothing about it and I absorbed it. I tell you all the time, I go to conferences and I met people early on and I built relationships. I mean, I stayed in the industry now, been in the industry 10 years. And just like VCon, I'm going to come in a sponge. I'm just going to meet different people in this space. I'm going to go to another conference. I'm going to end up going to Miami NFT, NYC NFT. As long as there's momentum being built, which I feel like there is because I like it. And then I'm going to meet different people and then I'm just going to get their take and then it's going to lead me to another room. And both
the Gary V, the V Friends community has just been lit, bro. There's so
many good people in there.
Good people, bro. I'm excited, bro.
Me too,
even
bro.
If I don't get the ticket for whatever reason, I'm going to be out there and where are we going after the conference? Where are we going to link up? What are we going to do? How are we going to keep the network going? You know what I'm saying?
We will be in Minneapolis downtown all day and night.
So I'm excited for that, bro. This shit's definitely going to be the highlight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I for some reason, if I had to move to a big city, I don't know. I'm just thinking Miami. For some reason. It's close to Puerto Rico. It's a warm city year round.
Miami's tight.
I feel like it's a little bit more... there's not that fake, because I would be in between Miami and LA, but it's LA's too far and there's too much shit going on in general. I feel like Miami has that crazy madness going on, but it's not at the level of LA.
Yeah, Florida's dope, bro. Florida's just dope in general as a state because you live and die in your local politics. And Texas and Florida, they got it down right.
Yeah, they have it's their own little country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love it.
No state taxes.
Yeah, I love it. So I would choose that definitely.
Yeah, I think it just depends what phase of life.
But whatever. What opportunity pops up.
And opportunity.
Yeah, that too. Okay.
But what's in Miami is there's a guy Trade Like Mike and Austin. I forget, but I followed Trade Like Mike because he was a student of Cameron Foose. Cameron Foose is in Bali, but him and this dude Austin created a trading lounge, bro, and they're making real money. And it costs, you can rent out one of these trading chairs. It's $2,500 a month if you sign a 6-month lease. So you're paying $2,500 a month just to use their services and their trading, and you're still trading your own money. But you're in a room with all these dedicated traders that are making real money. They're in Miami. So I'm like, bro, if I could ever take 6 months off and have $50K that I'm willing to lose in a trading account, and then also maybe $2,500 for the next 6 months just to see how this room is. I would take that 6 months just to trade with some of the best.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like that would be a cool, and that's in Miami. He's in Miami.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. That's one of those, bro. So
you always got to have a plan B.
You always.
If gaming goes to shit, everything goes to shit, I liquidate everything I got with Ethereum, with Gary V Friends, and I take... $150K and I go to Florida and I sit in this chair for 6 months.
What do you think you would be doing if you...
I'm gonna have to adapt, right? Adapt or die. So I'm gonna liquefy everything I got. I'm gonna take 150 and I'm gonna go trade in Miami.
Yeah. What do you think you'd be doing? A trader? You would have been a trader?
That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, that's if
let's say
things go to shit right now with gaming, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Well, let's say even that wasn't
but see,
cross your path, the gaming cycle.
I'm a different person then, so it's too hard to say.
Who do you like?
It's too hard to say. Because at that time, before gaming, and I didn't know gaming, I was only just a veteran outside. And you know,
you were just still like kind of figuring it out.
Yeah. And I mean, when you look at the odds were stacked against me. 22 veterans die a day of suicide. Like, it's one of the highest. They get out and they can't. We actually have a program that helps military people get out of the military and transition. But it's like a 2-week program. And most of the companies that hire you at the end are oil companies, like companies that need workers that are real military oriented. But 22 veterans commit suicide a day. I mean, one of the guys I rescued Marine School, it was maybe
what is it that you think that the trauma?
I think it's no, it's not trauma at all, bro. I think it's just like, you're 18 years old, you step into the workforce, and now you're working with so the coolest thing is the camaraderie, right? Like, my brother, like, going through all these problems, he's like, at least I got my brothers, he always tells me. Like, and it's so true, because even in the Navy, like, when shit was going down at home or this, you're going through this shit with everyone else there, and they're all the same age as you, and you all have this bond, and that's what keeps you going through it. When you get out of that and you work for some random company in Houston, Texas, and everyone else in that company is probably different ages, different executive levels, different this, and they don't care what you're going through. They don't, like, if your girlfriend's this or that, you don't talk to your coworkers and like, hey, bro, my girl's this. In the Army and in the military, you do, and you have that. And so you start to feel alone. It's a huge, and you're living every day. Think about it. I'm living every day with you. We go to our racks together. We work together. We see each other every day for 4 years, sometimes 8 years before I get out. Then I get out and I don't have you anymore. I don't have anybody at my apartment except my little dog, maybe.
Yeah.
And now I'm alone. Now I feel alone. I told my brother, as soon as you get out, you're coming to OKC. He's coming to OKC in April next year. And I'm going to help him transition. He's going to transition out. And he's going to figure out what he wants to do. And
hell yeah. It's fucking, I'm telling you, bro, it's a blessing that he has a brother like you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's a blessing, bro.
And it's likewise, bro.
And he's like, same.
Yeah. But
you know, but I think it's because you already have the experience. You already know, and that's the key, bro. I would have died to have a big brother that would be like, boom, I had to figure it out myself. You had to figure it out yourself. But now we get to like guide our brothers the best way we can. And I think that's like same with our kids. Like when we have kids and shit, at least from my side, I'm pretty sure you're similar, but I never had a father figure. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I got to make sure when it's time for me to be a father, like I got my kid into the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. And it's interesting, bro, because for us guys, especially like when you're in a scenario like that in the military and shit, like it's very tough mentally. And like, we really don't have, like, as guys in general, like we don't have nobody to talk to. And like, at the end of the day, like nobody for the most part gives a fuck because we're man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you toughen it up and move on. Like if we feel depressed, if you feel down or we had a bad day or whatever, like, what do you think is like the best way for us to like at least get what we have here if you have a bad day and like we want to get it out or we want to like feel better? What do you think is like what do you think? Journal? Yeah. Like just
I would say
write everything
if you
down.
can't talk. Yeah. I mean, if you could talk to somebody, talk to somebody. But it was so, like I said, it was so much easier in the military because y'all can relate. You can all relate and you're all the same age. I mean, the majority of the boat are 18 to 25-year-old sailors. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they're all in the same age category. They're all left their families back home. You're all going through the same. So it's like so easy to, and even if there's a bad apple in the mix or this bad apple, like usually the boat comes together and they like embrace it and they recognize them for those faults.
Yeah.
But when you go to the real world and they go to Exxon Mobil, everyone's gonna like, no, you don't shower, Tommy, in the morning, like you're sick. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you're fired. You know what I mean? And he's like, fuck, everyone accepted me on the boat though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I say the biggest thing is there's folks that were on the boat that would tell me a lot, and I started to do it and I had stopped, but journaling at night, bro, even if you just write a page of like how your day went, usually you'll get into like, especially if it was a bad day that day, like what was the worst part about it, because that's all you're going to really write about. And then you kind of read it maybe the next morning when you wake up, or you even think about it, and I feel like putting it down on a paper is kind of like letting it go.
You kind of let it out.
Kind of like talking about it.
Yeah,
it's just like talking about it. But if you can't talk about it, you can always write about it. And you're writing to yourself kind of because you know, even when I'm talking to somebody else, it's not even that I'm talking to somebody. You know my boy Obi, bro? My boy Obi, when he was here. Shout out Obi.
Yeah.
When Obi was here and he was helping me like guide through this lawsuit and the company and this and that. Sometimes he would come over, bro, and he would just listen, and I would talk in a circle and I would talk for 50 minutes, but then I'd come up with the answer. that's what it is. Oh, that's what I need to be like. And he was just listening.
You need that.
He was just listening.
Yeah.
And I was just talking in a circle, and then I came up with the right answer, and I'm like, that's how we're going to do it. This is what we're going to do. And so journaling's the same shit because you're just kind of talking to yourself. So you got to have communications, whether it's with yourself, via journaling, via just sitting there talking through, or somebody else, you know.
Dope.
But, yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. Yeah. Like even, journaling and talking, let it out. And I always say that too, just reach out to somebody too, you know, because that's key, just to letting it out. And if you don't, then just write it all down and next morning read it. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And even that too, like after you're done writing that negative, if you had a bad day, write the positive.
Yeah, whatever that day felt like.
Yeah, why are you grateful? Like why? At least 10 reasons why you're grateful.
It'd be nice to structure it that way.
Yes. There's plenty of stuff, you know, and I've seen it and I've learned it from, like, shout out to Coach Jeremy, bro. Again, he does that. He's like, has every morning he says he writes a full page of things he's grateful for. And it's full, like, and I was like, damn. It's the little things, bro.
Yeah. And see, if you structured your daily write out, like 3 things I'm grateful for, 1 thing I can fix,
right?
Like
what can I get better at?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely big on that.
Yeah. No, I mean, you gotta let them feelings out, man.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's why I like having podcasts like this, conversations, you know, people we bring on, even stuff we go through personally. It's kind of nice to just have this and always look back on. I mean, shit, when I'm in my 50s, 60s, we've been talking about you to somebody and they're going to be like, who? And I'm going to be able to pull up this clip.
Yeah.
It's my boy.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro. To me, like, I always like to think of things like, if I'm having a bad day, I know it's not going to last forever, right?
Right.
There's one day, there's the next day. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, for Monday, I was having a terrible day. And I was like, seen the message, the tweet, you're like, you're not going to win them all, champ. And I'm like,
this too shall pass.
Yes, and it's been a minute since I had a bad day like that. I'm always positive. I'm always trying to spread the positivity, good vibes and shit. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, still a champ.
Yeah.
Just can't win them all.
Take it to the chin and move on. And that's what exactly. The next day I was ready. I was like, let's go. Let's conquer it. Like, boom. I was ready, bro. So we out here, bro. We out here. I say we wrap it up, bro.
Yeah.
What you think? You got anything else?
No, birthday boy.
Gotta celebrate. We gotta go.
Celebrate. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see.
Craziest story you had on a birthday?
Besides the whole feds breaking into my.
Oh wait, never mind.
Let me see if I have another one. I mean, that tops
that was it.
Speaking of stories, we got.
I don't even have. Give me a subject. I could probably think of
birthday.
I don't even know if I have a.
I think that. I mean, there's not anything that can top that.
Yeah,
really.
I can't top.
There's anything that. Yeah, there's not. Yeah, what you got? You got any crazy stories? Let's
see if you can think of a give me a subject and let's see if I can come up with something like a time frame of where I'm alive and.
Okay, so tell this story because I always like to tell. Like I always like, to call you a network genius. So talk about the time you linked up with Dan Bilzerian.
Oh, that is tight. That's tight. That was tight because that was at the hype of Dan.
Yes.
Like this was 2016.
Yeah, prime.
And so he's hot, right?
He's hot.
Yeah. So I had just started my company with my business partner. Bro, he knew everybody in Vegas. That boy knew security. He knew we would walk in and they'd give us like 50 drink tickets, let us in. We'd pass like hot girls, and I was like, damn. So they put us in, they get us a table. As soon as they get us a table, me and my partner are there, and I'm like, bro, that's Dan Bilzerian. And he walks in, bro. Dan walks in with 18 girls. There was no cap. Like this is, and he has a bottle of water and one homeboy. And they sit down on the table next to us, and I'm like, oh man. And my partner's like, who's Dan Bilzerian? And like, he's not real big.
Because you told him, he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he was like, oh, who, what? Yeah, and I was like, no, bro, he's. And then Dan was Navy, right? So I knew all about his story, whatever. And this was actually like the hype of his story. More details came out recently. Now, we know he's got some trust fund money, but I was like kind of starstruck, and then I was like, man, it's same old person. So I walk up. And I'm like, yo, Dan. I was like, I'm a veteran too, bro. Entrepreneur, just started a company. Like, you're doing your thing. Bro, he was so cool. He was like, come up here. He's like, yeah. First he shook my hand. Then he tells me to come up and he puts his hand like right here. So I sit next to him and we're on the booth of this table in Light. We're in Light, Mandalay Bay. And so, bro, and then like some of the girls scooted over so I could sit next to him. So as soon as that happened and I had the table next to him, it was like instant, like B-list, like next to him, like so
yeah.
what's up with the
these
girls?
guys are-
Now
yeah.
I'm talking, and he let me chill there for a minute, and he's like, yeah, he's a swimmer in the Navy too. Told him I was a rescue swimmer, blah blah. Asked me about what company I was talking about. Told him about gaming, and then I was like, I left. I was like, oh, you know what, like I'm gonna go back to my table, you know, because I didn't know how long you wanted me to stay there, but it was tight, bro.
No, that's
me and my partner ended up taking like 2 of the chicks back too.
Yeah.
It was tight. Yeah.
my boy.
Groupie of Dan.
Bro.
Dan's groupie.
Yeah, that's crazy that you like was like, I'm going in.
Yeah,
And
you gotta say
you
what's
was smooth
up.
with it. I just know that conversation was hella smooth.
It was smooth.
Like,
it was smooth, but you know, I've
took
been
the
in
opportunity.
situations where it hasn't been so smooth.
Really?
I've got
Why, with
shot
the
down.
big like.
Yeah. So one time, I remember I told you that story with Andre Robertson. Well, all right. So there's another story that not too many people know. Just this girl I was talking to at the time. So I see my Greystone. It was after a game. Well, I didn't pay attention till the next day, bro. They got blown out, and that fool missed 2 free throws. I think he airballed
Robertson?
one of them. Yeah, I didn't know that, and that night, because I'm partying, right? Well, not too many people know the story. I go up, and he's sitting with Russ, and I had just hung out with him not that long ago, right? And I'm like, yo, Andre, what up? And I was gonna go introduce this girl to him, like, check this out. I'm gonna go say what up to Andre. And bro, dude wouldn't even look at me. Really? He was like this. And he like looked like this, and then he was, and then,
do you think he recognized
Westbrook,
you?
yeah. And then Westbrook looked at me and he's like, nah, bro, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. And I was like, oh shit. All right, my bad. And like, I didn't want to look all dumb, so I just kind of like bounced with the homegirl. Homegirl was kind of like, okay. Yeah,
shit.
it was a bad one. And then I looked the next day and I was like, bro, they got blown out. They were in the club just letting stress. Yeah, because they were all kind of sitting there kind of mad.
Like, damn, we got.
I think that's what, I didn't know. I'm just hyped up on the night.
Right.
I did know there was a game that night, but I didn't pay attention to the game until the next day. I was like, damn, I was kind of fucked up. Andre did that. But then I was like, I mean, people have bad days, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and we think we
and
automatically.
and I'm coming up like
they're humans, bro. They got feelings and shit, and we're just, you know.
Yeah, but and then what was I gonna do? Be mad at that?
No,
I gotta walk away.
Yeah.
But it was kind of one of those like, damn.
Even me, like I remember this was at the La Brasa, and this is when Carmelo was here and Paul George and stuff. So they were at the La Brasa eating at this private section that have like a window where everybody can see. So we see them, and I'm like, oh shit. I remember my girl at the time was like, oh, I think that's Westbrook. And I'm like, oh shit, I seen Carmelo and I see Roberson and shit. So I'm like, bro, this is fucking dope. And this one's like, the Brasa was a club at night, you know? So I'm like, oh shit, they're having dinner. We're at our party. Let's go. So I'm like, I'm going to go and see if I can, you know, get a picture with them and shit. At least Westbrook, Carmelo, whoever, like, you know what I'm saying? So I go by the bathroom. It was like the entrance to that private section was in the hallway of the bathroom. So Westbrook comes out, I dap him up. Hi, Westbrook, big fan. What's up, bro? Can I get a picture? No, right now. I'm like, fuck. Dab up Roberson, and I was trying to get Carmelo, but he stayed a little longer. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some other shit, you know.
Yeah.
But it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get mad. I wanted the picture, but, you know, at least I got to dab him up. But I was like, yeah, they're just here to eat, you know, and bounce, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I probably had a long game or something.
I'm sitting in Pretty Please at the time. Pretty Please. And I had the back section. And my boy Ivan's like the general manager, dude, Daniel Rockwell, he's running it. And they're both my boys, right? Like, cool. And so I'm drinking and he's like, yo, Andre Robertson's coming in with his friends. He's like, and we always give him these back sections, but I'm not trying to kick you out of this. He's like, so let me see if he's cool and see if you can kick it with him. And I'm like, tight. So he comes up. And I was like, yeah. And as soon as Ivan starts to make the introduction, I was like, yeah, bro, give me that 1942. Because he had told me he liked 42. So I'm like, give me. And then Andre was like, well, I'll get a bottle if he gets a bottle. So we both bought a bottle and we started drinking, bro. And I'm like, damn, what Robert said. Like, so they like section off the corner, let some girls in. So we're all talking. And me and him, bro, are getting lit. And he's like, you want to come over to the crib? He's like, you get the Uber. And he's like, we'll stop at Whataburger. So I got the Uber. He put in his address. We stopped at Whataburger, bro. He lives like all the way up in Edmond. So it was like $120 Uber. And I didn't have money like that at the time.
Yeah.
And but he orders like $100 worth of Whataburger, bro. And what's tight is we're rolling back. And I didn't know he fucked with J. Cole heavy. And I just went for because I always think of my boys. We always like, if you're with someone new and you hang out with them, like what new J. Cole songs you put on, whatever. So I put on some J. Cole and he's fucking with it heavy. So we ride all the way to his place and he's up in Edmond. And this is where I regret, like, I should have kicked it with him. Like I should have went, like kicked it in the kitchen, like talked, because he's from El Paso, he's from New Mexico, and I'm from Albuquerque. You would have built a relationship, you know. Instead, I was looking at homegirl, and she was really feeling me because I knew Andre. She's at Andre's house. So next thing you know, I ask his little brother. Is his little brother, and he's got a sister too. His little brother played at UCO, and his sister's like playing volleyball in Dubai and shit. Like she's a hell of a volleyball player, yeah. Damn. And so she's there too visiting. So they told me they have an extra room. I go up to extra room with homegirl, bro. Next thing you know, I look, I'm smashing, and I look, and Andre opens the door, bro, and he's like, oh, and he like closes the door real quick. Next thing you know, I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning. Homegirl's gone. She's gone. I wake up by myself. Walk downstairs. I'm like, holy shit, I'm snapping my boys. Yo, I'm in Andre's house. There's a Pac-Man machine. Yeah. There's a little drone. There's all kinds of toys. And his sister's like on the couch drinking coffee. And so like I talked to her for a minute. I think Andre was still asleep. They stayed, because I heard the music for a while. They stayed partying for a little while. But I bounced before he got back up.
Damn.
Yeah. And
so you fumbled the bag on that one.
I should have kicked it more. Yeah. I was horny.
That shit crazy, bro. But you live, you learn, bro. Shit, so it's an experience. It's something you can tell.
Still run it back.
Yeah, bro. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah.
You never know what situations you're going to get into at the club, man.
Yeah, no, like your whole, like the experiences,
Watch
bro.
VCon. Watch VCon, bro. We're going to see
experiences. Yeah, I think that's going to be a movie, bro. I think
it's going to be a movie.
The good omens are going to kick in, the universe, and
it always does. Puts you in that right position.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
Good shit, bro. Good shit. Yeah. You think we should wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody.
Bro,
don't forget.
like, subscribe.
Yes.
Please subscribe on all platforms. Show some love.
And if you're coming from TikTok, shout out to you. We're going to build that up too to bring more traffic to the YouTube channel. I just hit 10K on the Spanish one, so I'm looking to do that same thing here with the half court. We're going to do it. We're going to get there. Manifestation is big, so hit us up. Boom. Let's go.
Leg up.